What's up, gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. In this video, we are going to get into how to meet people overseas, specifically if you want to make friends, meet women, do anything like that. And the reason we're recording this video is because I did a live stream the other day and someone asked me that very question. Hey, if I want to go to Warsaw or the country/city, doesn't really matter, and I don't know anyone, how can I meet people? And so I'm going to share with you how I do that in this video. But before we get into it, smash the like button. Costs you nothing, means the world to me, really helps me out with the algorithm. And I would also appreciate it if you could drop a comment down below. Now, with all that said, here is generally what I do and what I would recommend you do. So the first method is not something I recommend, but I do have to put it in here because if I didn't, it would be frankly negligent. And there's a variety of reasons why I don't do it, but I'll just tell you what it is. So the first one is hostels. Hostels are going to be great for socializing and meeting people. I personally don't like that vibe, okay? I don't like being in hostels. I don't like, I'm not going to be bunking with people. And if you work from your computer, I don't even know how that works. I don't stay in hostels. So, just my general perception from them is you don't really have your own space. And that is important to me, but it is objectively going to be a good way to meet people and to socialize and make friends. Now, the quality of people that you are meeting, that might be a little subjective. Also, how deep are those friendships or relationships or what may have you going to actually be? Because those people, for the most part, probably going to be transient. And so you're really not building a boots on the ground social circle by doing that. But like I said, I have to put it in here because it is objectively a good way to meet other people, and other people, and the other people there probably need to make friends as well. So that is one way. Once again, not a way that I personally do it, but it is one way you could. So other than that, the way that I make friends is generally going to be going to certain events. Now, here's another one that is an event, but I don't do it. And it's like gringo groups or what may have you. Like Americans in, I don't know, Poland. I don't know if that kind of group exists, but that's one way to meet other Americans in Poland. And they probably have some sort of social circle if they've been here for any period of time. But for the most part, I'm not sure how many of those people you're actually going to vibe with, get along with. The age of these people is really going to span the spectrum, if you will. And so you need to be aware of that. Now, I've talked about how I occasionally have meetings for maybe I'm interested in real estate, maybe I'm interested in other investment opportunities, maybe I'm interested in residency. And so building those sorts of relationships help you start to build a social circle. So you can ask your, I don't know, lawyer for recommendations on good restaurants or things like that, or things to do, things to see. And as that relationship, friendship blossoms over time, then obviously they are likely to ask you to go do something or hang out or get dinner and drinks or something with them and their friends. It's a great way to start building a network. Now, for my younger folks out there, this is what I used to do pretty much everywhere I went. And so I used to do jujitsu and kickboxing. Like a quick little story. When I was in my early 20s, okay, I made a decent amount of money and I was essentially retired, okay? Full on 25, I wasn't working. Like, my business completely automated, bringing in piles of cash. I don't know what that noise was, but okay. Anyway, bringing in piles of cash. I had completely replaced myself in the business. I was happy with the cash flow and all that kind of stuff. And I really didn't have to work. Maybe an hour a week on a 7-figure business. It was insane. And so I was like, okay, whatever. I'm just going to travel the world and go to a bunch of different like jujitsu gyms, because there's like 10th Planet jujitsu gyms all across the world. And then different like Muay Thai gyms and things like that. And so I just went around the world essentially. That's a big reason I've been to a lot of countries, is because I just go to these random different countries and go to a jiu-jitsu class there, maybe for a week or 2 or 3, who knows. And I met a lot of really cool people doing that. And that's how I was able to start building local social circles, because most of these people have long-term roots in a place. That's why they have jiu-jitsu class there, right? Because most people who go to a jiu-jitsu place aren't transient people like they would be at hostels, okay? And so jiu-jitsu was a really, and you meet so many different types of people, because you got to keep in mind, jiu-jitsu also isn't super inexpensive in most places. So in general, it tends to be people who are either like trying to become fighters, or it is relatively high value people. I've met a lot of like doctors, lawyers, finance people, investment people through jiu-jitsu. And that was a great way for me to build a local social circle. And you can do that at the gym or what may have you. But this is why I kind of talk about you need to improve your social skills and you need to work on cold approach. Now, cold approach in general is cold approaching women, but the ability to cold approach a guy to be their friend is social skills, and it helps you in a number of different aspects in life, obviously. And so that's why I say, hey, if you are, I don't know, introverted, shy, and you can't talk to anyone, that's one of the massive benefits of building your social skills and becoming socially calibrated, so that you can be an interesting person and that people take interest in you and people want to become your friend. And you can use that to all sorts of different degrees. I mean, it can help you make more money. It can help you build a social circle, build a network, help you get investment opportunities. It's not just about dating. I talk about that dating lever a lot because you kind of got to give people what they want, and then you can sneak in a message about what they need, which is what I just did in this video, right? So I told you about the benefits of cold approach for dating, but I say, hey, it can help you make money, which is probably more likely to change your life than getting better at dating, but it really depends on who you are. So anyway, being able to build a network is important. So you can meet those people at the gym, jiu-jitsu, and whatever other hobbies and interests you have. So maybe you're interested in, I don't know, operas. Well, maybe not the opera, because you're probably not just going to chat people up at the opera or the like theater. I don't know. It depends on what your hobbies are, I guess. And if you don't have any hobbies, you might want to figure that out. Also, another way I've met people is scuba diving. That's another great way that I've been able to meet a lot of quality people, because once again, scuba diving, not super cheap. And if someone is, vacationing to scuba dive, that is going to cost a little bit of money. So you're in general going to find higher value people if your hobby is something that costs money. Another one is golf. Like, I personally suck at golf, but if you go to the golf range, or if you go to a golf course, you might run into some interesting people. You might be able to start building connections and networks. And then it kind of depends on, like I said, what other hobbies and interests that you have. And if you don't have any, then you probably need to figure some out real fast. Another great one is like local entrepreneur events. Okay, that is a very powerful thing. And one thing I should have mentioned is earlier is when you do go to like gringo meetups, or some of those people might have social circles that you can take advantage of. Like you can leverage that person's social circle. So, for example, I know a guy in Mexico who is a lawyer, and he has built a social circle, obviously, but he also interacts with a lot of locals because he has a brick and mortar business in Mexico. And he, as many successful people do, enjoys the company of hot younger women of legal age. And so I was able to meet some people through him because we enjoy kind of the same thing. And so he would throw like pool parties, and he would come to my pool parties, and he would bring a bunch of girls to my pool parties. And obviously, you need to have a social circle if you're going to throw a pool party for yourself. But yeah, so, and then you can obviously use like dating apps, right? And you can friend zone the women that you meet in order to leverage it, which is kind of like a chess move, right? So you got to think long term. Like, yeah, this one person might be great, but if you can have her introduce you to other people who can introduce you to other people, and maybe you just are legitimately interested in being friends, right? So it takes time, it takes effort. It's not going to be easy, but that is how you can start to make friends abroad. And in general, you just got to be social. You just got to be willing to talk to people, introduce yourself to people, because it's really basic. Like, it's kind of like YouTube. You got to talk to a lot of people, and then the people who vibe with you are going to stick around, and the people who don't aren't going to stick around. You just need to know how to start that conversation, which is essentially what I do in all these YouTube videos, right? So anyway, that's going to wrap up this video. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments down below if there is anything that I missed in this video. Like if there is another way that you guys use to make friends and build a social circle, network, whatever you want to call it. So that's going to wrap it up. Smash the like button if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. As always, peace, much love.